That's going to be our featured prelim on our preliminary card starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Halloween Day, October 31st in Las Vegas at the UFC APEX Center. And for that fight, we've got Gruetzemacher taking on Alexander Hernandez in the UFC lightweight division.
Lightweight division. I love this Alex Hernandez guy. He was super impressive, even though he lost to Drew Dauber in his last fight. They were going at it. That was a great fight, and he just ended up getting caught and got dropped. And there's no shame in losing to Drew Dauber. Gruetzemacher, he was on the Ultimate Fighter 22. Had a pretty good run on there. Hasn't been that impressive. He's got 3 losses by submission. I just think Alex Hernandez is head and shoulders. He's just the better fighter. If you go through and look at who he beat Benel Dariush, who, if I'm not mistaken, has been on a 5-fight win streak since that loss to Hernandez. So he's 14-3 now after that loss. So let me look at that just to verify. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's had 5 fights since that Hernandez loss. So he's fought the better competition. I think he's just head and shoulders, just the better fighter. I see him getting this done. I'm going to say I think he gets it done first round KO.
Smooth. Alex Hernandez, first want to talk about him. He's the younger, more athletic, fast twitch, muscle fiber type fighter. He is going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. And one thing to note is that he switched camps to Factory X Muay Thai. So he's probably taking his training a little bit more serious, after especially coming off that loss to Drew Dober, which was a great fight, by the way. He throws a lot of really nice kicks. And I really think the key to this particular matchup is going to be his movement and distance control. I think they're going to play a huge factor in this fight. And if he decides to take it to the ground, he only has a 38% takedown accuracy, but I could see that being a potential path to victory for him, potentially a sub. Did you say that, Jason?
I said KO. I say KO, but I definitely could see a submission, and I definitely could see a submission in this too.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a potential sub victory for Alex Hernandez. But talking about his opponent, he lands 7.12 strikes per minute, so that's pretty good size right there, and he absorbs 5.09 per minute. He has a 62% takedown defense, and like his nickname suggests, he's a gritty fighter. He's one of those take one to give one. He has had a long layoff though, and he doesn't have the best striking defense. He's got some good sprawls, good takedown defense, like I said, knees and elbows, and when in close range, and he puts in good work to the body. He's not a technical fighter, but he does put out good volume. Like I said, about the 7.12 strikes landed per minute. But yeah, go ahead and give me Alex Hernandez. Like I said, he's the younger, faster, I think more hungry fighter, and he should have the advantage with his movement and distance control. So I'm probably I think his path of least resistance is taking him to the ground and subbing him. So I'm going to go Alex via sub.
I really like Chris the Grits.
The Grits.
God, yeah. I'm not even going to try and say his last name. But I really enjoyed him on The Ultimate Fighter. I think he's a tough guy. He's very durable. He likes to get after it. I think he brings, if I remember right, he brought a lot of that wrestler mentality to the show, and he liked to make fights really dirty. He's not a technical guy. He's in your face. He's clinching. He's dirty boxing, and when he does get it to the ground, he just smothers you. And he doesn't just lay and pray. He's doing little pop shots, and he's just staying busy the whole time. And I really like that style. But levels to this again, and I think Alexander Hernandez he's a different level fighter. He was on a tear before he ran into Donald Cerrone, and he learned that there's levels to this. And then and got a good win back. Went on to lose again to Drew Dober. But I just see Alexander Hernandez every time he has a setback, improving and getting better. And I really like him coming off of a loss. I think he's hungry. I think he's determined. I think he is a future contender at the 155, and kind of when the current 155 class kind of starts to fade out and retire, the Poiriers and the Gaethjes and the McGregors and all them, and they're all on and gone. Ferguson, Chandler, all those guys are gone. I think Alex Hernandez is going to be part of that new wave that's going to be fighting for a title in the next 5, 6, 7 years. When he, as a 28-year-old, I see him in 6 years being right there in the mix. So I think he wins this fight pretty easily, but I think it takes 2 to 3 rounds to get the finish, because Chris is pretty tough and durable.
With the lightweight division, up in the air right now. Obviously, you've got Khabib retiring. You know, if you're a lightweight right now, even a contender.
Khabib
retired?
Tony Ferguson doesn't think so.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We know what he thinks.
My bad.
You know, if you're a top contender right now, lightweight, even in Hernandez, you'd be licking your lips right now because there's so many opportunities. And with Alexander Hernandez coming off of that loss to Donald Cerrone, got the impressive win after. He's just sort of bounced back in a great way after defeats, and I think we'll see a reasonably better version of Hernandez in this fight with Chris. I think wherever the fight goes, I think he will be comfortable in sort of implementing his game plan. Again, I just see him. There's definitely potential in Alexander Hernandez. He's just got to go on a great run, and you know what way to show the world that he's back with a nice performance over Chris. Chris Grizz. I'm not even going to pronounce his last name, so I'll butcher it. But I don't see him getting the finish. I see him just sort of comfortably working out the decision, and if he mixes his game plan well, I see him getting the comfortable decision on this one, and then potentially we might see him fight a ranked opponent next, whereby he can work his way up into the top 10 and eventually in three years' time fighting the top 5 contenders. But if you're Alexander Hernandez right now, there's just still a lot of potential with this guy, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on Saturday night.